G'day YouTube, warbles on a lot here. Those of you who pay attention to my channel, familiar with it sort of thing, will perhaps remember that 4 weeks ago, I came across a triple plaited branch. Well, yesterday I delivered it to the bloke who bought it. And I am pleased to say that he has not highly developed plans, but developing plans involving a concrete mounting and a steel shaft up the centre. And I think he's going to polish the bark off it. Tentatively speaking, the plan for the plaited branch is to stand in the grass there. So when the lollygaggers and ice cream lickers and tourists come and park in the car park of Gower Gallery at Glen Innes, and if you want to see what it's like inside the gallery, search my videos for Gower Gallery Glen Innes. Spell it like that, put it in the title search of YouTube, and you should see quite a pleasant little video. It's raining now. It was raining yesterday when I levitated the piece of wood up onto my trailer and brought it here and offloaded it with wooden crowbars, which themselves have a bright future ahead as didgeridoos, so Lloyd tells me. And now I'm going to take the money down to Wytaliba and bestow a plaited branch worth of fundraising into the hands of a mate of mine, a worthy cause, because he, as I understand it, is living in a bus in the ruins of where his house used to be. So, jump cut. 4:25, setting out east on the Guida Highway. 7 minutes later, starting to drive into the smoke. 5 minutes later, quite a lot more smoke. And still very smoky. Starting to get into burnt country here. Warning, climate crisis ahead. Epicormal regrowth on some of the trees. Bloody hell. Pretty sure this might be the September fires rather than the November fires. I have never seen this far through this country. Yep. That side unburnt, that side all burnt out. O'Halloran's Well. Once upon a time, bullock drovers used to stop there and water their animals. My God. Melted guidepost back then. I keep trying to visualise my son driving down here. A couple of months ago. Just in case you're curious, yes, I did bring my chainsaw. Because I'd rather not get trapped down here. First time I walked down, no, second time I walked down this hill, first time as an adult, I stopped and boiled the billy there, had lunch. First time I walked this road, I was a primary school kid. When I was a teenager, I learnt to drive on this hill. In a 1956, might have been 53, Volkswagen Utility, crash gears on first gear. It was theoretically a 30 horsepower. Down to the Die Hard Creek Causeway. Good thing I was in the right place. A little bit of water in the river, but none on the causeway. Camped right there once in a tent. That first time walking the old road as a grown up with a backpack and a tent. Wow. 58 years I've never seen some of those rocks. I did 3 trips to the coast and back on this road, back when it used to be the highway before they opened the new road. Three times I've had babies' bottles boiled for me at Mrs. McRae's tea house on Lingeralong. Holy shit. So to me this is my ancestral homelands. Some of my earliest memories are of being in a white cane baby's basket. Coming up the old road during a bushfire because there was landslides on the new road. We had a key to get onto the new road. Something like a year and a half before it opened. My old man was friends with the engineer who was building it, so it's not what you know, it's who you know in little country towns. Always was and probably always will be. Jesus. And the hanging rock didn't fall out. People have been waiting for that rock to drop out of there since 1857 when the road was first built by convicts. Simpson's Gully with Bart Simpson hanging on it. 2 Bart Simpsons. Once upon a time, a fella called O.D. Dave, Outrageous Dave. He wrote well, I don't know whether it was spray paint or whether it was done with a brush, but onto that he wrote, "Enter now!" exclamation mark. The meaning being, drive straight down the road, smack into that rock, gateway to the afterlife. He's dead, poor bugger. Motorcycle accident on the Wytaliba driveway. Ask yourself a question, what's one of the most predictable things on the Wytaliba driveway? The mailman. O.D. Dave ran into the mailman, head on. Broke the windscreen with his helmet. Busted his liver on the handlebars, of course, and he died. Okay, so they're putting new tin on. Ray and Helen Keys' house flat on the ground. It's like a moonscape with dead trees, some of which are regrowing. I've just never been able to see this far through this country in my whole life. It's always been much more closely overgrown. Undergrowth, shrubberies. And we will have shrubberies! Bastard Creek. Fresh flowers on the memorial. Two young fellas head on motorcycles. Smack in the middle of the causeway. Me, I got a car stuck in the bloody causeway once. Had to run all the way from here to the front gate at Wytaliba. Badger Sparks drove me back and pulled the car out. Badger Sparks as in the mayoral consort. There's 20 or 30 people hiding up there, taking refuge on the school oval. And that was the burning bridge that my son drove over, because he didn't realise that it was a wooden bridge. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. So I do recall bringing him down here to swim over there when that used to be called the Spa. I just can't get my head around this. This is not what Cherry Bell was talking about in 1977. Well, the river's nothing but stagnant pools. Outside air temperature is 32. Top house is George Knowles, he died. Bottom two are front gate Joe's, built by his father and mother, Carol and Badger. Bloody hell. Gate Bob's house. Fire shed. Not everywhere went. Well, I'm glad the grass is coming back. There's a little kingfisher flying parallel to the car. So the wildlife's not all gone. I could go up Grimy Gulch. I know of one house that's intact up there. Greg Law's house is gone. Starting to smell as smoky as it looks. You can see there has been water in the river. Wonder if those casuarinas are dead. Shop Pete's place. He famously had no water, so he protected his place by dancing on embers. And he succeeded. Okay, well, here I get to turn up. Steve King's car park, gone. Steve King's house, also gone. Noonan boys looks like they've saved their place. Dave's old place gone. Bloody hell. The story I heard is that Dave's here living in a bus. He had 2 buses and one of them's supposed to have survived. And that looks like a bus. Whereas this was the house. Okay, so here we are with my mate Dave Costello. 6-pack. Money for the Plaited branch in his hand. Best thing I can think of to do with it. What a fucking mess, Dave.
Yeah, and it's still smoking 2 months later.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, that's the thing, it ain't going away anytime soon.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, no.
Right, well, golly gosh gee darn shucks. Here endeth the video.
Still
Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao.